At the University of Wisconsin-Richland this fall, we are so proud to have 7 valedictorians. We had an opportunity to talk to each of these very smart individuals. And Angeline Winchell, you're one of the 7 valedictorians at UW-Richland this fall. Tell us about yourself, what high school you came from, where your hometown is, a little bit about you.
I graduated from Hillsborough High School in 2010, and I've lived there all my life.
And have you picked out a major yet, or do you have career plans?
I am currently undecided, but I'm leaning towards the medical field.
Okay. And what do you like to do when you're not studying? Obviously, you spend a lot of time studying.
I don't have a lot of free time because I work weekends, so generally when I'm not studying, I'm sleeping or hanging out with friends.
Ah, okay. And why UW-Richland?
I chose UW-Richland because it was inexpensive and close to home.
Thank you. And now we'll talk to Kelli Michek, who is a sophomore, returning for her 2nd year, also a valedictorian, one of 7. And tell us about yourself, your hometown, where you're from, what you're studying.
Okay. I went to Riverdale High School. I live in Muscadet. When I started here, I was undecided, but I'm now leaning towards wildlife management.
Ah, okay. So you will probably go on to Stevens Point?
Yep, that's the plan.
And you probably spend a lot of time with Dr. Scott Walter.
Oh, yes.
What do you think of him?
He is a great guy. He knows what he's doing. He knows the classes I need to take, and he worries about if I'm taking the right classes to be on track to go to Stevens Point.
Yeah, I showed him your picture and what you said on the website, and he was so pleased. He's very proud of you. He really is. And when you're not studying, what do you like to do?
I like to hunt and fish, and working on the family farm.
Well, those are good activities for somebody interested in wildlife.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anything you'd like to tell us about your study habits?
I've learned not to procrastinate.
Okay.
You learn that real fast or you fail.
Okay, thank you very much, Kelli. Alyssa Allbaugh is another of the valedictorians who is back for another year at UW-Richland. And Alyssa, what happened last year because you were a valedictorian? What did we do to you?
Well, I got my picture taken and I went through this whole process last year. And I got a whole bunch of scholarships to help pay for school, which was good, so.
Okay. And then, were you ever driving down Highway 14 and did you see something?
Yeah, I might have seen a billboard of myself.
How did that feel?
It was kind of embarrassing, but I was pretty proud of it at the same time, so.
Yeah, I've never been on a billboard and I've always wanted to, so.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about yourself, what your major is, what kind of things you like in terms of a career.
Right now I'm interested in science, biomedical research to be exact, so I'm a chem lab assistant right now to get ready for that, so.
Okay, and where are you? You'll be transferring at the end of this year.
Yep, I'll be transferring to UW-Madison.
Okay. And when you're not studying or working, what do you like to do?
I like to play basketball, read and watch movies and hang out with friends, just relax.
And you are from Richland Center?
Yep.
And from Eagle High School?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
And now we're talking with Priscilla Breininger. Tell us about yourself, Priscilla. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Richland Center, and I graduated from Eagle High School this past spring, and now I'm attending UW-Richland.
And why did you decide on UW-Richland?
Mainly because it's so close to home, and the tuition is pretty cheap too, and I really like the people who teach here. It's a pretty good atmosphere to start out with when you're not quite sure what you want to do.
And do you have any general idea, a direction, some thoughts about a career?
Well, I'm undecided exactly, but I'm pursuing the possibility of cultural anthropology at this point, but otherwise no.
And I understand you've done some intercultural work. You've been to Panama, you've worked with indigenous people?
Yeah, I've been to Panama on 5 short-term missions trips. medical missionship mainly. We went to really remote places where the tribes don't usually have a chance to go to a doctor to get medical treatment for illnesses or broken bones. So we kind of set up clinics where they can come and get looked over by a doctor and get prescribed some general medicine.
And that sort of relates to a career in cultural anthropology, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of what sparked my interest in the study of different cultures and peoples. I like to learn new languages and go different places.
Which languages are you interested in learning?
Right now I'm looking at Spanish, but I also have a liking for German, but pretty much any language.
Any language,
yeah.
Okay. And there's something fairly interesting about you in terms of number. I understand you're the 5th member of your siblings to come here.
Yes, I am the 5th one out of my family to attend UW-Richland. There are 13 of us. I have 6 biological siblings and 6 adopted siblings.
Well, thank you for talking to us and good luck with your semester.
Thank you for having me.
And now we'll talk to Nick Manke from Hillsboro, who's back for a 2nd year, a sophomore at UW-Richland. Nick, tell us about yourself.
Well, this is my 2nd year at UW-Richland, and I guess from here I'd like to transfer to Iowa State to pursue structural engineering.
And I understand you have a hobby that's sort of related to structures and engineering.
Yeah, I like to design and build custom furniture and really any kind of woodworking. I just have always loved working with my hands.
And what kind of objects do you build, like furniture?
Yep, I do furniture, I do smaller, pretty much anything that can be made out of wood. I like to do that kind of stuff.
What's your favorite class?
Boy, favorite. Probably calculus, because I've always liked math, but it's a challenge, which I guess I like.
Oh, that's wonderful. I could never say calculus would ever have been my favorite class, but I'm glad somebody enjoys it, especially engineers.
Yeah.
And do you have a favorite professor?
I've really enjoyed Professor Emanuel and Professor Federley, the chemistry professor. They're just very approachable. They're very personal level.
And well, it's good if you want to go into engineering to make friends with chemists and mathematicians.
That's what I
isn't it?
thought too.
Yeah, and when you're not studying, which I bet you're spending a lot of time studying.
Yeah.
What do you like to do to relax?
Well, like this time of year, I like to go out bow hunting in the evenings, and otherwise go up in the barn and work on some of my woodworking projects, or watch some TV.
And with a 4.0 average in college, that's quite an accomplishment. Do you have any tips for others about studying? What's the single most important thing?
I guess the biggest thing I've found is just do your homework, get it done on time, and I learned not to procrastinate pretty quick. Still probably don't study much as I should, but...
There's only 24 hours in a day.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we're going to speak with Arica Burke. She's a freshman, a valedictorian from Ithaca. Tell us about yourself, about high school, where you come from, your background.
Well, I'm really from around this area for the most part. I went to Richland Center for the first few years of school, but then I went to Ithaca and I graduated from them. I still live around here, so I commute. And
what made you decide to go to UW-Richland?
well, it's a lot cheaper for one, and with being valedictorian, I get scholarships, so that helps a lot. And a lot of my friends came here, so just
Your friend. And about a career, have you given it thought? Do you have a specific or general plan?
I want to do something in the medical field for sure, but what it is, I don't know yet.
Well, you're just into the first few weeks of your freshman year. You don't have to know.
No.
Do you have any advice as far as studying?
Just study a lot and have fun with it. You can't be bored and can't give up on it, because then you'll get in trouble, and so that's not a good thing.
And as of yet, I know you're new. Do you have a favorite UW-Richland professor or class?
I really love biology, so Jennifer Gaminsky is the professor, and I really like her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Kyle Biba, who is beginning his freshman year at UW-Richland, the 7th valedictorian I've spoken to in just a few minutes. I feel so honored. Tell us about yourself, your background, where you come from.
Kyle Biba. I went to Weston High School. I'm now at Richland Center. I live about 25 minutes away from here, so I commute, and it works out really well.
And as far as why you decided on UW-Richland, do you have a reason, a special reason?
It was much cheaper, for one, and it was a lot closer. A lot of my friends are coming here, so it's just the right decision for me to start out with.
And as far as a major, what are you planning, or a career?
I plan on majoring in agribusiness, hopefully an agricultural field for a job. Go to UW-Platteville after I'm done here.
And what do you do for fun when you're not studying?
When I'm not studying, which is all the time, I like to play basketball. I coach basketball over the summer, and I love to hunt also, be in the outdoors.
Are you thinking about trying out for the Roadrunner basketball team?
No, probably not. I might help coach at Weston High School this year.
I see. And as of yet, do you have a favorite professor or a favorite class?
My favorite professor had to be Scott Walter in my environmental science class, because he's an awesome professor. I really like him.
Okay. And any words of wisdom to future students about their studies?
I would work in groups. You study in groups, it's more fun, and if you repeat your stuff over and over, you get to know it a lot better.
Plus you have friends.
Yes.
Thanks for talking to
Yep,
us.
thank you.